Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel, or hi, hello if you are new here. Welcome to today's video. Today's video is going to be one that I've wanted to film for a very long time, but I've been kind of like perfecting my routine so that I can give you a true idea of my skincare, makeup and hair care routine. So if you'd like to see my everyday makeup and hair and a little bit about skincare as well, then please just keep on watching. So first up, all of the products that I talk about, I will leave them linked down below, along with any discount codes I can find or that I've got for any products. I'll leave all of that information in the description box below. My routine has definitely changed a lot since turning 30, maybe a little bit before 30, because I just found like my skin was changing. Nothing felt the same as it used to, and I just realised that I needed a complete overhaul in my makeup and skincare, which I've been doing over the last probably 6 months, and now I'm really happy with everything that I use. In my 20s, I had very, very oily skin, and it wasn't really dry at all or dehydrated. It was just very oily, so all of my products were based around oily skin. But since turning 30, I've gone from very oily skin to still oily skin, like definitely oily, but it is a combination now, so it's very dehydrated. I do get dry areas, dry patches. So let me get into what I've got on my skin first before we start the makeup, and then we'll get into the makeup application. So first of all, this morning I have cleansed my skin, and I always use a cleansing balm in the mornings. I love the way this nourishes my skin. The cleansing balm I'm using at the moment is actually a Rituals one. It's something that I haven't ever used before. I haven't even tried Rituals skincare until I tried this, but it's so good. So it is their Radiant Glow cleansing balm, and I really like the fact that it does actually come in a pump. It's so easy to use, and it comes out like a thick balm, and then when you massage it into your skin, it turns into an oil, and it will take off all of your makeup. It takes away impurities, and it just leaves my skin feeling nice and plump and nourished and ready for makeup application. In order to get a really good makeup application, I do focus a lot on my skincare first. And then once a week, I do use the Super Radiance Resurfacing Facial by Charlotte Tilbury. This has got 15% AHA in it, and it's a chemical exfoliant. I don't use any grainy exfoliants on my face. That breaks me out straight away. I don't like them, and this one works really nicely. And when you get this one, it does come with a little serum as well, the little Charlotte Tilbury serum, which I then pop on after this one. So they kind of work together really nicely. You just apply this after cleansing and you leave it on for 20 minutes. You can feel it really tingling on your skin, so you know it is doing something, and then you rinse it off and then carry on with your skincare routine. So then the next thing that I apply is the Charlotte Tilbury's Magic Serum Crystal Elixir. I have this tiny little bottle here. It is so expensive, this stuff. So I do have an alternative that I will use when this runs out. Basically, these come as a set. So when you buy this, you get this little serum with it. And I don't kind of repurchase the big size of this serum because it's just above the price that I want to pay for skincare. So I will also use this one from Essence. This is their Hello Good Stuff Cica Face Cream, soothing and moisturising with centella extract. And I really like centella in my skincare, so when I use this one, it goes along really nicely with the sunscreen that I apply on top, which is this Madagascar Centella Airfit Sun Cream Plus, and this is SPF 50. I don't use anything less than SPF 50 on my face. And this is a Korean brand, and I pick all of my Korean things up from Stylevana, which I'll also leave linked down below. So yeah, those are the products I use before makeup, and then I do also apply a little bit of lip sleeping mask. I apply this at night and then in the morning as well, because I really love nourished lips. I hate my lips feeling dry. This is the Laneige Lip Sleeping Mask, and this is the apple and lime one. It smells really good. I've just finished up the berry one, which also smells good. These are the best things for your lips for moisturising. They just feel so good. And they smell amazing too. In the mornings, I always look a bit puffy, so I have only just got up, so my skin is a little bit puffy. My face feels a little bit puffy today, but it is pretty much like that every time I wake up, especially with the heat. So yeah, if I'm looking a little bit puffy, just ignore that. Anyway, let's go on to the makeup, because I can contour and chisel out my face and it won't look puffy anymore. So when I'm doing my makeup, I always use these clips from Precision Beauty, and I just clip my hair out of the way with them. They're really good clips and they hold your hair so good. So then once my hair is out of my face, I can get on with applying my makeup. So first up, I go in with my primer. This is the All Nighter Face Primer from Urban Decay. So good. This is one of the products that I have recently picked up along with the setting spray at the end, which I will show you. These two products combined make my makeup last all day. They don't make it like dry out. It doesn't go patchy. It just lasts so nicely. And they are the only primer and setting spray that I've actually found that do make my makeup last pretty much all day and all evening. When you apply this, it does go quite glowy on your skin, but then it goes slightly tacky, and that tacky feeling is what's gonna hold your foundation on. Tap it in a little bit, and then I just leave that to really settle in just for a few minutes before I apply my foundation. So next up is my foundation. This is my everyday foundation. It's a Dream Urban Cover, full coverage, lightweight, protective makeup, and this is SPF 50. So this is my summer favorite foundation for every day. I also use the Dior Face and Body Foundation, which I've used that for years, and that has worked on my skin consistently, so I really love that foundation, but it's more expensive, so I generally use that for like special occasions, evenings out. But every day I will use this one because it is drugstore, it's Maybelline, and it's really good. Mine is in shade 103 Pure Ivory, and the way that I apply this is literally just drizzle a bit on that cheek, and then I use a sponge to press this in. I spend quite a bit of time. My makeup, it feels like it's a long time, but actually this is a 10-minute makeup routine when I'm not talking to you guys. But most of the time I do spend getting my foundation in. I really press it in, dab it around my whole face first, and then press it in using a sponge. This is the Eco Tools sponge, but yeah, any soft sponge will do. It just blends into the skin so quickly. I love the feeling of it on my skin, and it's full coverage but lightweight. Next up is concealer, and the one that I'm using at the moment is the Flawless Fusion Ultra Long Wear Concealer by Laura Mercier. I like using this one because I use the Laura Mercier powder, and I just feel like if you get them together they work really nicely together. This one is slightly too dark for me at the moment though, so I do add in a little bit of my drugstore favourite foundation, which is the Lasting Perfection Concealer. This stuff is about £4.50, something like that, and it's really, really good. And it's 16-hour wear as well. So yeah, I just put these two together just to get the right colour, and they also give me a nice finish as well. Now this looks like I'm putting loads of concealer on, but it's actually just one pump, and I'm just using what's on there to like kind of blend it into the areas that I want it. And I'm just putting it on chin, nose, and then any areas where I need a little bit of extra coverage, normally on this cheek here because I have some old acne scarring which I like to try and cover up. Then I'll add a little bit of the Lasting Perfection. This is in shade Porcelain, and I'll just put that over the top, just in the inner corners there where I get most of the darkness. Then go back in the same sponge, just use the side, and then blend this all in. I think most of the time with my makeup, it's spent blending. I just then take a brush and just blend in on top of the eyelids and in the inner corner there, just because I don't like to use a sponge, so I feel like it gets all the product in my eyelashes, and I don't want that for my mascara. Okay, foundation and concealer done. Now I'm going to do some bronzing. So for this, one of my favourite products is the Chanel bronzer. This is the cream bronzer, really, really good bronzer. But I think since this came out, they have brought out loads of kind of dupes of it. So you can find things a lot cheaper. I think e.l.f. do something similar. I feel like there's a lot of brands now that are doing something similar to this. But this is the one that I have. Obviously, I'm still using it. I'm going to use it up. And then I will definitely probably find a cheaper alternative because this one is very expensive. Mine is in shade 390. And I just use a small brush with this and then put this in all the areas that I want bronzing, which is usually like the C on my face. So I apply it on the cheekbone first, then I put it up onto the forehead and then a little bit onto the chin area there and just blend it all in. But it blends so easy. This stuff just literally blends into your skin so easily. And then once I've done that, I take my sponge that has probably a little bit of foundation left on the bottom and just go over all of this to further blend it into the skin so it's not too much of a harsh line. So cream products are my go-to since turning 30. I definitely feel like they work better on my skin, but because I do still have the oily skin, I do have to set with powder, which I'll show you in a minute. Okay, next up is a cream blush. This is the Fenty Beauty Cream Cream Blush. Probably one of my favourite ever blushes. I love this. This is so good. You can use it on your cheeks and your lips as well if you want. I've got mine in shade Cool Berry, and it's just a beautiful berry toned blusher, and this stuff is so good. Like the colour just lasts all day on your skin. It gives a little glow as well. I use the same brush that I used for the cream bronzer, and then I just pop this onto my cheeks and I just dab it quite a few times, and then I just go all the way across my cheeks and then a little bit on my nose as well. I focus it kind of here on my cheeks, so I don't bring it too far forward here, just so that I can further kind of like chisel out the skin a little bit. So yeah, just put this on both sides. I love this colour as well, but they have loads of different colours to choose from. A little bit across the nose. And with this blusher, you can really build it up for like a nighttime look and have it very blushy like this, or you can keep blending over and then it does go down to like quite a nice sheer blush, just for a little touch of colour. Because this brush has got the bronzer and the blusher kind of like mixed in it, I do just blend a little bit of that on top of my eyelids as well to like further blend in the whole face so everything matches. So once I've done that, same in with the sponge again, the foundation sponge, and just go over all of that to blend it all together. Like I said, I spend most of the time blending everything together so it's seamless. So for powder, I use the Laura Mercier Translucent Loose Setting Powder. I love this. I used to use this years ago and then I never used it. I used loads of different ones. And then I thought, you know what, I'm going to go back and try it again because I found like my face wasn't setting properly, and it is the best. So I'm going to stick with it now. And I love to use their Laura Mercier Puff to actually apply the powder. I just find it presses it into the skin really nicely and gives like a very nice finish. So I put it in the lid, dip my sponge in, and then start setting. I set with my eyes first before they crease, and just put it on and then keep pressing it in using sponge, and then take the excess down around the rest of the skin. So I don't want to put too much powder on because I don't like a powdery finish on my makeup. And then I just take the excess that's on the puff and just dab over my whole skin. I usually avoid like the cheek area here because I really want to try and keep some glow there and not mattify everything too much. But I mainly concentrate on the T-zone. And then I will get a little fluffy brush, swirl it in the lid to pick up the last of the powder, and just apply that over my eyelids so that they don't crease when I do some eyeshadow in a minute. Okay, that's all of the cream products done and then my powder applied, and now I have a very, very flawless base, which I love, and this base will just stay, like it will not go anywhere. Everything's pressed into the skin. I've spent a lot of time making sure it is, and it makes it stay. So then next up, I go in with this Dior face palette. This is a really nice product. A little bit of a bougie one, but it is lovely and I feel like it will last for ages. You have 4 different colours. You've got like a champagne one here, bronzer, blusher, and then a very bright white highlighter here. But you can use them very sparingly, and I use them all over the face even though they are glowy, and it just adds that glow back into my skin that I took away a little bit with the powder. So I'm going to go in with this little brush here and use the bronzing shade and tap it off. I do not want too much, it's very pigmented, and then I basically go over all of the bronzy areas of the skin just to add a little bit more bronzer and the glow back, like I said. Then I'm going to take the blush shade and just go over my blush, and this is also going to add a nice bit of highlight as well. It's just such a beautiful product. And the colour is so nice. They do have it in some other shades as well, but I like this one because it pretty much matches the cream blush that I used. So that is the blush on. I'm now going to go back to the Laura Mercier powder, and I'm just going to put a little bit under my cheekbones to chisel them out a little bit. So just a little trick if you do want to like neaten up the line underneath here. So I'm just going to take a fluffy brush, or you could use a sponge, anything really, where you can just place this just under the cheekbone there. And I'll just leave it under there like that for a few minutes just to set, and then I'll swipe it away. So if I was having a day at home or not really doing much or just nipping out, I wouldn't do all of this makeup. This is makeup that I would wear to work. I would wear if I was spending a day out somewhere. I'd wear if I was filming. So generally I am doing something most days though. So this is what I would probably go to. I'd say like 5 days of the week, this is what I'd be doing. A couple of days I wouldn't wear any makeup, or I would put very minimal makeup on. And while that's doing that, I'm going to pop something on my brows, and for my brows all I use is the Benefit Give Me Brow. So good, it's just one product. I cannot be bothered faffing around my eyebrows. I do tint and shape them so they have a little bit of colour, and then I just plump them up a little bit with this. This stuff is good because it has little fibres in it and it's got colour, so when you put it on your brows it thickens them up instantly, and it also holds them in place as well. You could also use a brow glue if you prefer a little bit more of that like laminated look of the more up. But yeah, I don't mind like this. I've been growing my eyebrows anyway, and they're doing quite well, and this stuff just works enough. So I kind of just throw this through my eyebrow. I'm not spending a lot of time on this. Just covering the whole brow and slightly lifting the hairs up a little bit to create a thicker eyebrow. And then the front portion of the brow, I will lift that up quite a lot and try and get the hairs to stand up. And obviously quite a lot of product's gone there instantly. You can see the difference between that brow and that brow. Like, this stuff just works so quickly. But I will blend it in a little bit with the sponge in a minute because I don't want them to look too harsh. Okay, that's the other eyebrow done. They're slightly too thick for me at the moment, so I will just go in with my sponge and like blend over the front of them to tone it down a little bit. Dogs are barking. Is that the postman? I'm expecting another parcel for my unboxing the cheapest thing from designer brands, and I'm doing Tom Ford next. So I'm hoping that parcel... Ooh, I think that was the door. I'll be back. Oh no, it wasn't that. I'm really hoping it arrives today though, because where I'm done on my makeup, it would be nice to film that video in a minute. Okay, eyebrows are done. I'm going to dust off this from under here now. And then I just need to put some eyeshadow on. So for my eyes, I just go back in with this palette, and I really like to use this shade here, and I just rub it on my finger and then rub it over my eyes. It's very simple. Obviously if I was going out, night out, I think I'd spend a lot more effort on this. Then once that's done on both eyes, I then just apply some of this, which is the Essence Long Lasting Eye Pencil in shade Hot Chocolate, but any brown eye pencil will do, and this is just the one that I've got currently. And I just run this all the way along my upper lash line. This just thickens up my lash line and makes my mascara look a lot better. I don't do this very neatly because I'm going to take a brush in a minute and blend it. As I blend, I just drag it a little bit out and up so that it lifts my eye slightly, and then just blend it in. So I guess it's kind of like a wing liner, but not really. It's kind of like a blended wing liner. And then I'll also get a little bit more of that liner and just put it into the outer portion of the lower lash line, just very slightly in there. And then next up, if I'm being extra special, I'll put a little bit of this pencil on my lower lash line. This is the Laura Mercier Intense Moonlight Caviar Stick Eye Colour. They're really good. They're like a basically stick eyeshadow, but they last so well. So I just like to run a little bit of this across the inner portion of my lower lash line, and it just adds a little bit of sparkle to my makeup. Okay, and once that's done, we're then going to move on to eyelashes. So I always curl my eyelashes. These are the Dior lash curlers. They're really good. So I just put my lashes in them, and I just tend to like pump the lash curler, and I find that works the best. Just pump it like that for about 10 seconds. So it lifts them up really nicely, ready for your mascara. I am using the Pillow Talk Push Up Lashes Mascara from Charlotte Tilbury. I also love the Essence Volume Stylist Mascara. That's my other favourite, so I'll leave that one linked down below as well. But this is the one that I'm trying out at the moment. Because there's been so much hype over this product, I thought, you know what, I'm going to order it. And I ordered it, and it arrived, and I don't know how I did it, but anyway, it turned up, and it's basically red. It's like a browny red colour. I don't know if you can see the colour of that, but I thought I ordered black, but red arrived, and I was going to return it because it's a fairly expensive mascara. And then I thought, well, I looked online and it said that this is like a good colour for everybody. So I wanted to try it, and I actually love it. So I've now been wearing this reddy brown mascara every day, and it just really brightens up your eyes. It doesn't come out like that red. Only if you're in the sunlight do you really notice the difference in colour. But actually it gives a nice fluffy subtle look to the eyelashes without them being like super black. I don't know how well the colour will show up on camera really, but hopefully you can see that it is a little bit red. Okay, so that's mascara all done. Also, when I apply mascara on my lower lashes, I only put it on like the outer portion. I don't put too much in the inner corner. So next, I'm gonna go back in with my Cool Berry Fenty Beauty, and I'm gonna use this on the lips because I thought, well, I've mentioned that you can do that, so I might as well show you what it looks like. So I just apply with my finger and just tap it into my lips, and it kind of just looks like my lip colour, but better. And I haven't rubbed off my lip balm either, so I'm kind of just blending the two in together to create like a glossy, pinky look. And because this does have a little bit of a gold sheen through it as well, it does make your lips look really nice and glossy. My mum actually introduced me to this one, so Thanks, Mum. So last up in the makeup routine, now it's all done and I'm ready to set it. This is the Urban Decay All Nighter Setting Spray. Like I said, these two are like my trick in making your makeup stay. And I think I bought these on Lookfantastic. Sometimes they're on offer as well if you buy them together. So yeah, I'll leave them linked down below. Anyway, cover myself in this setting spray. I do apply quite a lot. It does say on the back only like 3 sprays or something, but I do apply a little bit more. Oh, it says mist face 2 to 4 times, but I kind of go a little bit more. Make sure we're fully set. We want this makeup to last all day, and it really will. So this is my finished makeup look. I am now going to go and charge my camera because it's running out, because it takes me so long to show you guys makeup. Okay, next up is hair. So I'm going to take my hair clips out. My hair I tend to do really quickly. I just brush it through and I don't spend that much time on it because I don't really enjoy doing my hair. And if it hasn't gone right first time, I won't keep doing it. I will just go, do you know what, that's it, done, that's enough, move on. So my hair definitely is not that clean. It's probably about 3 days old. And I do pretty much curl it like this every day. So I can keep like quite a good curl in it, especially since I've started using these smaller curlers. These are from Amazon. They're only £9.99 and they're a tiny barrel. And I've just found that the smaller barrel means that the curls last longer on my hair. They always fall out of this side more than this side. I must sleep more on this side, so it kind of flattens them out a little bit. But yeah, I generally don't even section my hair out. I just brush it through and then pick up sections and curl it. Now this one does have the little holder thing, so you can clip at the bottom and roll up. Although I kind of use it both ways, so sometimes I just don't even use the clip and I just wrap around like a normal one. So for the front bit of my hair though, I do like to just roll. So I just put the hair curler behind my hair and then roll my hair around it and then hold for not very long at the front, because the hair at the front is a lot finer than the rest of my hair, so about 5 seconds. And then I just let it drop. I let it drop into my hand for a few seconds, let it cool. I just pick up random bits of hair now and then just curl like this. And then in the end I just brush it and it all kind of blends together all right. It kind of looks like a bouncy blow dry look. And I'll place the wand a little bit underneath this one just to try and get that fringe to sit right. And then usually it just gives me a nice little wave there. Just gives a nice natural wave. Then as I've kind of gone around the whole hair, there's always some bits underneath that look a little bit too straight. So I sort of flick the hair back and then grab the ends of these bits and curl them as well. I think I'm pretty much there with all the curling that I want to do. It's kind of looking fairly even. Now I don't really like adding product that much in my hair, but I will add a little bit of hairspray because I have been enjoying this one. This is the Got To Be Happy Hour 24-hour hairspray. I just find it's not very heavy and it also prevents drying. So that's why I do prefer this one. So I'm just gonna pop this all over my hair, leave it for a few seconds and then I'm gonna brush it out. Because like I said, I don't like product in my hair. I'm just cleaning my brush before I show you it on camera. So the brush I'm going to use is this random brush that I got on an aeroplane once, but I absolutely love it. It's got like a comb on one side and then it's got these like fine tooths, is that a word? Tooths? It's got this fine tooth comb on this side, which I love for brushing out curls because it doesn't make them go frizzy, it just brushes them through. Brush through the curls. So this bit here definitely hasn't gone right, this curl. So I'm going to recurl that bit. Right. I'm just going to recurl that front bit there. It just needs a little bit more definition. And these curls will definitely fall out through the day as well, which I like. I don't want it like super poofy. I'm not sure if I like this full side parting thing. I might just move that over. I've just tucked that side piece behind my ear, brought this bit forwards. So this is the finished hair and makeup look. I really hope you enjoyed watching. I will leave all of the products I talked about linked down below. If you have any tips and tricks that you think might help, leave them in the comments below. I think the main tips are for like over 30 maturing skin is cream products, really focus on your skincare routine beforehand, and SPF. Like SPF is going to be your best friend because the sun is like the most damaging thing, and that is definitely going to prevent aging. So that is my over 30s hair and makeup routine and my general day-to-day hair and makeup routine. So I really hope you guys enjoyed watching. Hope you're having a lovely day whatever you're up to. Thank you so much for watching and I hope to see you in the next video. Bye!